I walked in the place, sat by the bar, all the drinks on me, don't go too far, sitting by the bartender, asked her for...
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon. And we here on 91 Sports once again. First and foremost, want to thank God for this opportunity to be able to come on here and to have great guests and great conversation. And next, I want to introduce my man, you know what I'm saying, my right hand man, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Super Recruiter himself, Jacob the Great. What's going on, fam?
What's happening? What's happening, man? How you, man?
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Thank God for another episode, man. Another day, a chance and a choice, and another day to get it right for sure.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's go ahead and get this interview cracking, so we can talk with this young man and see what he got going on.
All right, Trav, man. Welcome to the 910 Sports Podcast Network. We're grateful that you're coming on. If you can go ahead and formally introduce yourself to the audience, and then we can get started into your story.
Well, yeah, thank y'all first for having me though. My name is Travis. I'm a Clover High School football player. I graduated in the class of 2024. Just looking for an opportunity to play college ball.
Okay, so can you tell me tell the audience your full
Yeah.
name, so when people want to look you up, they can look you up.
Travis Kenyel Sanders Jr.
All right. So, Trav, man, we're gonna get into your story. So, first we'll learn a little bit about you, man. Tell us about you growing up playing football, and how did you come to love the game, and how the game helped impact and shaped your life?
It really first started. It was really just a debate between football and basketball because at the time I had love for both the sports. But then just as I grew older, I really started growing out of basketball, and I just focused more on football, training more, putting in more work ethic for football. Then basketball really just left the spot my high school year. Around last year, I stopped playing basketball. Uh, I went to camps. I visited schools because I realized that I really had more potential playing football than I did for basketball. So then that's really where I set my main focus at.
Okay. And so you started playing football from the age of 5, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so as you get into football at 5 years old, man, how did you come to love it from playing it at that early of an age, and what kept you playing it and wanting you to learn more about the game as a whole?
I mean, at first, I didn't really like it at first because, I was on the line. I didn't really like the blocking and stuff. But then as I got older, I realized that, I could be an athlete. And I started having love for the sport, just playing on the defensive side of the ball, just hitting people, tackling people. And then on the offensive side of the ball, I just love making plays for the offense, helping them get down the field. But really, my high school years what really made me realize how I could actually do at the next level, giving this sport my all, because football really the only thing I got.
Okay, so you're passionate about the game, and you love the game.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so with you being so passionate about and loving the game, man, how important is it for you to advance academically and athletically at the same time, as far as you going
I
to the
mean,
next level?
to me, it's real important because my biggest goal is first off graduating high school, then hopefully, get an opportunity to play at the college ball level. But first, if all like with me, I always think about the other side. Like if I don't make it with football, then I have a backup plan. But I was just so hopeful this year that I would just stand out, avoid injuries, and then just get an opportunity to play at the next level. And like talking to you guys, I'm beyond blessed for it.
Okay. And so what is that strength and conditioning like for you as you train during the season and the off season? What is that regimen like for you? How is that process to really keep your body in shape?
I mean, just getting there, being there the first one there on time. I mean, our strength and conditioning coach, he's on top of us. So with me, I don't know about like other guys. We go lift after some of our practices. After we do strength and conditioning, we go lift again. Throughout the day, he just give us eating meals, like what to eat and stuff, and yeah, that's really it.
So you gotta be pretty disciplined to do meal prep at your age,
Yes, sir.
and and to know what to put in your body, what not to put in your body,
Yes, sir.
and you're not a small guy, so you're 6'3", 220. So you have a big statue there, and you play tight end and defensive end.
Yes,
What's
sir.
the most important thing that you have learned by playing the tight end position?
Really, that it's not really all about catching the ball because I just started getting into tight end more so this year because of our tight end package. We never ran it my 3 years before our old coach had transferred, but our new coach came in, Coach Warbright. He ran a whole lot of tight end stuff, so I had to learn, where to put my hands, how long to hold the block, not that catching the only thing about offense.
Okay. Now, defensive end is the position that you love, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what's so special about the end position, in your opinion?
I mean, me personally, I just like because me I just got speed really off the line. So I love dipping and ripping under through the lineman and then just getting back there to the quarterback and making a big play.
Okay. And so what's your time in the 40? Your fastest time in the 40?
I'm pretty sure 4.6.
Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Icon?
Okay, so you saying that you want to have to get the opportunity to play college ball. Up to this point, well, where do you feel like that you lack? Is it lack of being seen? Is it academically? What do you feel like is holding you back from being to get those opportunities that you feel like you're missing out on it or you're not getting?
I just feel like I didn't put my name out there enough. Like I just started sending my film and stuff out like 2 weeks before the season ended, and I just feel like I wasn't on time with it because I thought that it would all just come to me, but I had the wrong intentions.
Okay. So let's stay right there for a second. So basically, because this may be an educational moment for not just you but other students, other and student athletes in your situation. Do Is it more so the coach is supposed to be more so pushing you or setting those things up and high, especially on the high school level, getting your tape ready, and doing those things to kind of and get them out to other schools and build and the relationships and networking that they have, or is it on a student or is it on the athlete to be able to do his due diligence when it comes to that part?
I mean, I think coaches can take some responsibility for it. Like some high schoolers, they just put everything on their film, and then their film is like 8 minutes long. Like that's how mine was at the beginning of the season. But then I realized that I had too much stuff on there, so then I started chopping all the things that I didn't need on there off. So I really just kept my big plays. But reaching out to the coaches, I think that's the coach's job. Like to get schools coming into your school, having them sit down and talk to you, see how you're doing, how your grades doing, and all that other stuff.
Okay, so growing up over the years, were you going to camps every summer?
No, sir. I went to my first camp this past summer.
Okay, so you're not going to a camp. I'm just asking these questions because, like I said, it's educational
Yes, sir.
for you and other people. So you're not going to these camps. Was that more of the coach's call, not telling you about these camps, or do you feel like it was more on you because you didn't either go, or did you think you was too good for them? Like, what was the mindset of why you wasn't going to camps up until this point?
I feel that it was more so on me. This year, well, the past 3 years, I didn't really think football would really work out until, I actually got like as big as I am now. So when I went to my first camp, it was like smaller guys, like who I knew couldn't compete on my level. So it was just more so a confidence thing too. I was being cocky at camps. I wasn't really getting reps because everybody was on skipping, trying to impress the coaches. But me, I was just sitting back because at the time I was injured, so I wasn't trying to mess nothing up again. But I feel like that that injury stuff, it really shouldn't depend on whether I should go or not. But I maybe got 2 to 3 reps at least every camp. So I feel, yeah, that's more so on me.
Okay, so are you against going to? Let's say you get an opportunity to go to a junior college or a Division 3 school or Division 2 school. Are you against going that route for maybe a year or two, and then being seen and hopefully in the results of being able to get to Division 1 school?
No, sir, I'm not affected by it at all because I realize that not everybody gonna go D1 to a powerhouse school. I told myself I was just being realistic. I said I'm gonna go to a lower school, go there for 2 to 3 years, see what I can do at the next level, see what another see if another coach will be willing to give me another opportunity.
Okay, okay. So as far as the position, saying that as far as your health and way you eat regimen. So is there a because I know like size wise and when you're playing tight end and we're playing defensive end, it's not really that big of a difference. But is it a certain way you have to prep one, or is it like thing that stand out more when you prepping for or getting ready to play a tight end position versus playing that defensive end position?
No, I really feel like tight end helps me play defensive end because then I learn all the blocking techniques that the linemen use and stuff. So I could use that to my abilities to get off the line and get past the lineman.
Okay, so what's your like go to type move like the like what you known for as far as like is it do you do like a 360 move? You have a swim move, or you overpowering the guy, or you just basically all speed?
Mainly the swim move and the power.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Because one thing I would say I was a player. He was in high school with my son, and he ended up going to Alabama. And you could just tell when you watch him on the field, how fast he was. But the only thing I didn't like about him was that he a lot of times he would overrun the play
Yes,
because he
sir.
he was so focused on using his speed to get to the quarterback that sometimes he would actually mess the whole play up, and the guy they would run the play like right at him. I think this because I even think like Michael Parsons. I think that's what he has to learn to do better because a lot of times with him they'll run the play right at Michael Parsons, and so he's so aggressive. Sometimes he'll overrun the play and they'll run it right past him. So
Yeah.
do you focus on understanding like if those moments where they say, okay, we're gonna run it right at him because we know he's gonna be aggressive. So have you learned to be able to have that balance?
Yes, sir. I learned that mainly, I say early summer when we was doing one-on-ones with our O-line. Like we could tell when they're, well, not one-on-ones, but when we go team, I could tell like when it's a pass set, when it's a run set. That's one thing I had to learn because our defensive coordinator, he wanted most of the teams we played was a heavy run team, so I had to learn to get my hand in hips and serve down the line.
Okay, okay. Back to you, Jacob.
So, Clover High School in Clover, South Carolina. That's a 5A school, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, in your region, in the competition, because that's a pretty big school. You play pretty big schools. Like you play like what Northwestern and what is it Southside?
South side. Oh, you
Can
think
you hear
about
me?
West side? They're lower 4A.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 So within that 5A, man, do you think the level of competition that you see in high school, do you think that you have surpassed that level?
Yes, sir.
And what 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 makes you have that drive as far as from what you've seen from your freshman year to your senior year? How do you feel that you improve?
I think I improved pretty well. My freshman year, I was really just all around positions, not knowing what position I was wanting to play. Uh, it was really just that same way for the next two years until my senior year is when I really just stayed, went to the defensive end, did defensive end at camps. So really, I just try to focus on what position do I know I have the ability to play at my best, and I just chose defensive end.
Okay, okay. And as far as you playing defensive end, man, what is your favorite defense set to get in? You like the 4-3, the 4-4, the 5-2, the 5-3? Like what you like?
Me personally, I like the 4-3 when we overload our we'll bring in a a nickel linebacker for them.
Okay, okay. So are you good at at the defense end position? Do you prefer strong end or quick end?
Quick answer.
Quick end. Okay, tell me why.
Really, just so I can. Mm, really, just so see me. I want to go against their best O lineman, and most of the time they're on a weak side end, so I'll just be on their sideline most of the game.
Okay, okay, okay. So when they running them sweeps and that guard pull, and you have to fight through that pulling guard, because some of those offensive guard that's pull are really fast and really strong.
Yes, sir.
How do you get past that guard? Because they coming like a freight train.
Yes, sir. Yeah, with us, our defensive coordinator, he tells us to just try and rip through them, get up under them, and then we should be able to make the play.
Okay, 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 okay. Now I know you watch college ball, and
Yes, sir.
we've seen the predictions today. Have mercy. So we see we see Michigan and Washington and Texas and Alabama, and we see Florida State get booted out, who has an undefeated record. Win their conference championship. So, what do you feel about these playoffs, and what do you feel about Florida State not being in the playoffs?
I mean, honestly, I think it played a big role because they lost their starting quarterback and their backup quarterback. I mean, I went to their game yesterday. They weren't really doing much in the passing game, but I seen that their running back, he really had to carry the team from all the passing and stuff.
So, do you think it's fair, unfair, or would you, if you was on the committee, would you have put Florida State in the playoffs or no?
Yeah, I think it's most definitely unfair. I would still give them a chance. Uh, Whoever the 12-1 teams, one of them got to go out.
Okay, okay. Icon, over to
Well,
you.
I was gonna say that I feel like, because I forgot who was saying this earlier, is that I feel like they contradict their whole system, because the whole system is pretty much set up where your Power Five schools, especially if they undefeated conference champions, supposed to get into the Final Four. And for them not to put Florida State in there because their quarterback went down, you're not. In other words, you said we're not even gonna give you the opportunity to even prove if you can win without that quarterback. And the thing about it is, they proved it. They won 2 weeks in a row. They beat their arch rivals in the swamp. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a pretty game, but they beat their arch rivals, and they beat a very good Louisville team or whatever. And the thing about it is, they put Alabama there, but Alabama had to need a miracle from God last week to beat an Auburn team that was 6-5 or whatever. So my thing was, is Alabama as good as you think they are? Like me personally, I hope Michigan beat the brakes off of them, but I know what it is. Now, like I was telling Jay, is this all a money play or whatever? So being that college football is nothing but politics and money, where do you stand when it comes to the NIL and the transfer portal? Do you think it's been good for high school and college kids? Do you think it needs to be some adjustments made? What is your thoughts on it?
I mean, I definitely think it needs some adjustments made. It's really messing it up for the high school kids because all these transfers entering the portal, and they're taking college guys over high schoolers. Besides, like before, it wasn't really much to. Wasn't nobody really worried about and wasn't nobody worried about the high school portal. I mean, the transfer portal back then. But now it's like you're giving these recruits, 20 plus offers, but then you got JUCO dudes entering the portal, even D1 dudes entering the portal, and they just taking them over to high school kids, and then the high school kids scholarship is just gone.
Mm. You know, it's funny that you say that because you're the first person that actually explained it like that. Most people explain it more of when a kid going to a transfer portal from another school. Like let's say if he went from Alabama to Florida State, and or whatever, or this kid jump in the portal and he don't even get an opportunity, and that's what they don't. That's the thing they don't talk about. But what they I've never heard anybody say is how this is affecting the high school kids, and the one or whatever, especially the ones maybe like in your situation where you might have gotten a few scholarship offers if it wasn't for all these kids bouncing from one school to another. And like I tell my brother here, I said the thing about what I think they need is if you get to a school for one, I understand the coach leaving, I give you that one. If you have some hardship stuff going on, I give you that one. But just wanting to leave just because you're not getting playing time, I don't think. I think you need to at least give yourself. I think they should make players may play 2 years up under the system, and fight for that spot. And then if you don't get that spot, then you leave. But I don't think the first year that you don't get accepted and you don't get the starting role, you just be able to bounce. And another thing I like is I don't like how for instance, I'm a big Miami Hurricane. Colin Van Dyke been our starting quarterback. He's supposed to be transferring, but he's gonna skip the bowl game. I think if you're still in college football and you're gonna transfer, you have to at least uh, live out your commitment and play in that bowl game, then you transfer. I don't think you should be able to transfer for that bowl game. So that's just my thoughts on that. You know what I mean? So, so basically, what would be your dream school to go to?
Me personally, I've always grew up a Bama fan.
Okay, okay. So, um, as far as just when it comes to the educational side, what is the plan educational wise? You know what I'm saying? Whether you make it to a school and graduate or NFL and you have, for of course, at some point you gotta retire from the NFL. So you got to have something going on after that. You know what I mean? So what
Yes,
would be
sir.
playing in college to be able what else do you like to do other than being an athlete?
Me personally, I fell in love with engineering. Uh, I took an engineering class my freshman year. Ever since then, I've just been working on stuff, fixing things around the house. I really just fell up under it. Mainly just engineering and construction. So that's hopefully will be my major in college.
Oh, okay. So would it be more of a thing the way you would work for a major company, or would you see yourself starting your own business at some point?
For sure, starting my own business at some point.
Okay. 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 So when you were in high school, did y'all have like opportunities where y'all were out in the community doing things in the community as far as
Uh,
community?
this year, we really just talked to elementary schools, middle schools about all the things to prepare for high school. But my last 3 years, we went to a couple we went to a couple schools around South Carolina, talked to them kids. So really, we just been in schools. We haven't really did anything for the community, but we have did some fundraisers. Uh, we help. They're talking about helping build a house for next year for this homeless family.
Okay, okay. Because the reason why I ask you all these questions, these type of questions too, because if somebody was to happen to listen to this, these are the type of questions that they would ask you anyway. Especially
Yes,
like
sir.
when you're in college, well, what would be your plan outside of just playing the sport? Would you be in the frat? Would you join the glee club? Would you join? What kind of activities would you do and get yourself involved in, outside of just playing football? Because a lot of the players that excel the most in college, whether they're going to the hospital, visiting the sick kids or whatever, they're doing something extra that to give back and be a service to the community. So, what have you thought about those things? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you would want to give back to your community or the community that you would be in, whether you played in Alabama or if you played all the way in Idaho.
Um, Personally, The first thing I want to do is just get like, cause where I live in Clover, there's like, it's like one park, but it's not many parks. It's like a little small park. But the first thing I want to do is get a little park for the kids because everybody want to go to the park a little here and there. And many people down here they like going fishing, but it's not many ponds. So I really want to get them something done.
All right, back to you, Jacob.
Okay, so as far as what you see as far as the playoffs in high school, how do you think the playoffs could be better?
Um, One thing about the playoffs, I feel like there it was this one game, for example, it was Indiana versus Greer. They called it was three penalty calls on the 14-yard line for the game. One was a roughing the kicker call, so they got to re-kick the ball. But on the video, the kicker was not touched at all. So I feel like with high school games, I feel like calls should be overturned like later if the wrong call is made.
Hmm.
Because Greer got the advance and Indian season was over.
Right. Excuse me. Yeah. So a lot of the high school games don't have the replay. They don't have the big projector screen, so they can replay it. And I just think sometimes when it comes to those games, cause the playoffs in high school is taking a lot of money, and I don't understand why they move all the playoffs games from William Bright Stadium. You know, um, I just think when they moved the games to Benedict, that it kind of took away from the excitement of the playoff games. Because Gamecocks have a big stadium, and so everybody look forward to coming to see those high schoolers, even though the games are on TV now. So, do you think that some students should be on the playoffs committee?
Could you repeat that?
Do you think some of the students from different schools should be on the playoff committee as well, like a junior committee for the like a social session, because there's a lot of kids involved that's playing and not playing. So, do you think the kids should have a voice?
Yes, sir. I think they should, because I think the more the more like people speak out about it, then the more it can be fixed. Like I think everybody should, use their voice, help out in a way, because some people listen, some people don't. But if the right person listens, then everything can be changed.
Okay, okay. Well, it's definitely been an issue with some bad referee calling in the high school playoffs. People been in an uproar, so I think students should be involved as well. So now I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want you to give me these answers. Why? Who is your top five tight ends of all time? Your top five defensive ends of all time?
I thought it sounded the same. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm gonna have to go with Jefferson, George Kittle, Travis Kelsey, uh, Hutchinson, and uh, I might have to go with Graham from the Saints.
Okay, okay. And so out
And
of
then
those,
my
I'm gonna stop it. Out of those tight ends, who do you like the most and why?
I'm gonna have to go with Kittle because he's a great blocker. For one, he know how to get the ball, make a big play. Just like today, he had a big run.
Okay. I can. What you think about that?
Uh, of course, I gotta put Shannon Sharp in there. I gotta put he didn't say Gronk, did he? I gotta put Gronk in there. Um, the other ones I can kind of see. I can see the Travis Kelsey. So I definitely put him up there. I definitely put Kittle. I like Kittle. I'm not sure about top five, but I definitely think Kittle's is a great tight end, um, or whatever. But I can I can understand why he picked what he picked. He said Hutchinson. You said Hutchinson.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to remember who Hutchinson. Who did he play for?
He played for the Vikings.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, that's the first on this show. That's the first. Hutchinson's definitely a first one I've heard anybody pick. So, what you think, Jacob?
Um, first of all, you can't leave my boy off. You definitely can't leave Jason Witten off, bro. Most definitely not. So, um, I would say Witten, Shannon Sharp, Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I would definitely say Travis Kelsey, and I say Gronk.
yeah.
But like, but my favorite, you know, I'm gonna say Jason Witten because he don't miss passes. He ain't the fastest like them other guys, but he don't miss passes, and you can count on him to get that first down when you need it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that all of us got great points of the tight end. So now what's interesting is your defensive end list.
My defensive end list, my top one got to be Von Miller. Then two, Khalil Mack. Three, Michael Parsons. Uh, those really just my top three. But well, it is one big guy I'm liking this year, nose guard, Jalen Carter.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Okay. Mm. Well, who automatically, Reggie White. He definitely got to be in there. You know what I mean? If you don't put nobody else, Strahan definitely got to be in there. Who else? I would actually take if I take Dexter Manley over a couple of them cats. You know what I mean? I think Dexter Manley don't get enough credit. You know what I mean, or whatever. Um,
Mhm.
um, I like Michael Parsons. Only part I got problem with Michael Parsons, I just feel like he got to show up in big games. He show up a lot in the smaller, but when they do the big games, sometimes they know how to neutralize him. Sometimes when he's most needed, and I think I need to see more of him showing up. He feel like to me almost like the James Harden of football. Like he can do everything great. But when it comes to that moment when he needs to dominate against the 49ers or the Eagles or whoever, he don't show up. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my thing. But you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say ALT.
Yeah. Well, LT was a linebacker though, wasn't
Well, I mean, since we just saying defensive players, we're gonna just say defense. You know, but outside linebacker and sometimes defensive end as well. You know what I mean?
he? Yeah, yeah,
Depending
they
on depending on what they play. Bruce Smith.
Bruce.
Um,
That's what I was
yeah.
thinking.
You
No,
know, Reggie White. But Michael Parsons ain't even in my top five. And I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. He just
not
ain't
yet.
did
Not yet. Give him about
he
five.
just he just ain't did enough for me yet. I ain't saying he won't be, but he ain't did enough for me yet. So I said, like I said, Reggie White, Bruce Smith, ALT. Um, I would also say Julius Peppers.
Yeah.
Um, and I would say Derek Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So, but that's a position, boy. But you got to be a dog at that position. You got to be a man down there, boy.
Yeah,
Cause,
yeah.
cause they have to fight through so much, so much. Now,
What
go ahead, I can.
I was gonna ask him. So my thing too is so basically, what do you? Because I don't think we asked you this question. What do you feel like you need to work on the most on that field to become that dominant defensive end, or even at the tight end position? What's the things that you think you need to work on the most for you to really stand out on film, or for you really to stand out when you're on that practice field? Because let's just say, for argument, you got an opportunity because we got somebody on right here, right now that maybe can get you at least a tryout. You know what I mean, or whatever. Jacob was recruited himself, a JUCO recruiter, so he can maybe at least get you a tryout. So if he send you out there to one of these guys, to one of these schools or whatever to get a tryout, what's that one thing you feel like that you may be missing?
With me, I think it's just staying humble in the game, because I had a lot of games where I just got into my head, all the trash talk coming in my ear, and I was just trying to take the old line out just by bull rushing. But I realized I can't do that, because then I put our whole defensive line in jeopardy of the running back making a big play or the quarterback.
Okay. Go ahead. That's all I had, Jacob.
All right, so your Super Bowl prediction, you know, top four teams.
Honestly, I'm a Cowboys fan myself, but I think San Francisco got it this year.
You know, I it looks like that right about now. But man, the eyes can play tricks on you, man. San Fran, I don't
What?
know, bro. I don't really know, bro. Like, because
Hold on. Talk about. What you mean your eyes can play tricks on you? They done dominated damn near everybody they done played that's been like a top team. The team they
but
lost to was team probably played down too. The
I
team that
can't
it was supposed
listen to me really carefully. So listen to me really carefully.
it's that cowboy thing.
I don't I don't really care what we see in the regular season. I care about what we see in the postseason. It can look one way in the regular season, but the postseason could be a whole different beast. That's all I'm
But
saying.
you gonna tell all your cowboy fans the same thing. Like your cowboy fans don't think like that. Your other cowboy fans don't think like that. They think they could beat Carolina Panthers and they go into the Super Bowl. They think like that, right?
I don't I
Now,
don't
this,
know what you be talking
but
about, man.
come on, bro. You see it every week on social media. Your
I,
Cowboys.
but see, this is the thing about people like yourself and people who don't like the Cowboys.
You got
Y'all
nothing to do
don't,
with it.
y'all don't love y'all team enough, man.
No, you know
Y'all,
what it
y'all,
is.
y'all give y'all teams very little credit. That's it.
No, we realistic. So we want
No,
the
bro.
reason why y'all
I
trying
don't
to
have to be
track
realistic to your liking. Like, what?
season.
Get out of
Because
here.
because at the end of the season, we got to hear y'all depressed for the next 3-4 months until the new season because we
The
realistic.
press win. What are you talking about?
Because y'all the most unrealistic fans on the planet. See, let me
Okay.
tell you, man, let me tell
Okay.
you something, Mr. Sanders. Most people see that Jacob think he's slick. Most people don't hate the Cowboys.
They
They
do.
don't like the fans. Has
They do.
nothing to do with the Cowboys. Has more to do with the fans, to be honest with you. They don't
So
about it.
so you dislike a team because of the fans? That's the most delusional thing I ever heard in my life.
No, because y'all arrogant for no reason. It's like somebody who brags about having a Mercedes but don't have a house to live in. It's like, what are you bragging about? Like, I don't. It's like y'all brag about stuff and y'all ain't accomplished nothing in 30 years. So what are
Uh,
you bragging?
so here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again, man.
Okay.
People have to make themselves feel good about something. So, Mr. Sanders, you see what I go with?
See, there
You
we
know,
go.
they they have to make themselves feel good about something. So why not keep the Cowboys' name in their mouth? They do it all the time.
Okay.
They
All
do
right.
it during the season, off season, like all the time.
Go ahead.
Check it out. Philly fans lost last night. They say as long as we don't lose to the Cowboys. What? Y'all just got y'all tail kicked. What does the Cowboys have to do with anything?
All
That's what I'm
right.
talking about.
But that's the division. That's a division thing. That's just like if me being a Carolina fan, Carolina Tar Heel fan. Let me get it straight. Carolina Tar Heel fan. If we lose every game, but we beat Duke, yeah, hey, at least I know we salvaged the season by beating Duke. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? So even though I have a whole high regard for the Carolina Tar Heels than I do any other team I go for, I put them on a high pedestal. But that's a whole other conversation. So who you got in the final four? Who you got in the final four for the college playoff as far as winning it?
I'm gonna have to go Bama.
No.
I'm going.
I got Washington having the upset against Texas, Bama beating Michigan, and then them two playing, and then Bama winning it all.
Did you see Bama play that last game they played?
Yes, sir.
Anytime you have to win off of a prayer, a wing, and a scripture from John the Baptist, Moses, Simon Peter, and Apostle Paul, no, bro. No, man.
I just
Like,
think
like for me, for Bama to struggle against Auburn like that, nah, man. That ain't the same Bama that we're used to.
Yeah, I feel like it's.
I see Michigan and Alabama being a low scoring game, something like 20-17.
Michigan and first of all, Michigan shouldn't even be in, bro.
But that's another discussion for another day. So I think Michigan or whatever gonna beat them like 20-17. I think that the Washington Texas game, that's gonna be the game. That's gonna be up and down, whatever. But I think Michael Penix is that guy. I think they're gonna win like 35-31. Then they're gonna go play against Michigan, and I think they're gonna beat Michigan like 35 to like 24. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna beat the brakes off of them. So,
but I can tell you this, Mr. Sanders. Every time Michigan is in the top four, I'm like trash. Like I don't really expect them to go to the national championship.
okay, well, ask him this question. You want to play the game. You play the game for a lot of life. So, what Michigan is accused of? How much of a big deal do you and your other maybe teammates, coaches that I don't know if you talked about it around coaches or other players? How much of a big deal of what they're accused of do you think really affected the game?
What you mean by accused of? Like with their head coach?
So basically, having somebody go steal signs or whatever, steal signs on the sideline and bringing them back and using them a couple of games. I think it was last year. I don't even think it was this year. I think it was stuff they did from last year or something. And I think the one, you know what I mean, or whatever. So, what do you feel? Do you feel like sign stealing is that big of a deal? Where one, Jim Harbaugh was suspended for 3 games, and they was possibly talking about not letting them go to the Final Four because of that. You know what I mean? So do you really think it's that big of a deal, or do you think it was one of those things that kind of was like, whatever?
I haven't really heard too much about it, but I think it could be a big deal because it could, put other teams in jeopardy of them knowing what they're doing. And I feel like if they were doing that, then they really shouldn't be in the top 4.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. What you got to say, Jacob? What you got to say?
Jim Harbaugh is one of them good old boys now. Cause he in the good old buddy system, bro. Just like they think Nick, because they think Nick Saban Jesus. Man, in college football, man, they think he gave Moses the stick that departed the Red Sea. So when it wasn't far fetched, what I mean, that they chose them. So, but I just think that to have 4 teams to make the playoffs was really dumb anyway.
Yeah.
NCAA football, this was stupid. I'm telling you, very stupid.
How many teams in a high school playoff?
Ooh.
I think it's like 32 in a bracket.
32. Okay, so all right. So this is a question I want to ask you because I think I always want to ask this question. So you play 10. Wait, you play 10 regular season games, right?
Yes, sir.
So you play 10 regular season games. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that would make it that you would have to play what, four? You have to play four or five. Five. You have to play five to win the title, or four to win. Five to win the title.
Five. Five to
Five.
win the title.
Five.
So you would play every week until you win a championship. You
Uh-huh.
don't get when you get to the championship, you don't get like a Super Bowl where you get the 2 weeks off. You play
No.
five, right?
Yes, sir.
So do you feel like is it that big effect on your body to have to play those extra 4 or 5 games? You know what I'm saying, to get to a title.
Uh, Personally, I think it can in a way for specific people. I mean, speaking for myself, my body, it was a lot. It was a couple of games where I was pretty banged up, where it was to a point to where I couldn't play like the full game. I'll call it by halftime. But yeah, I think it could play a big role on some players' bodies that's, helping the team out in ways. But then the next person got to be ready to step up.
Okay. So do you think they need to shorten it? Do they need to make it maybe instead of 32 teams, 16 teams, or 12? Do you think they need to shorten the high school playoff run?
No,
Uh,
man.
me personally, I think they should, because it's like a couple teams, they're going like 0-9 in the season, and then somehow they're just still in the playoffs.
0-9. I thought you had to have at least be like 6-4.
No. They okay now. When I was in high school, if you didn't have a season over 500, you could not get in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's how it was when I was in high school.
But now they get everybody a chance because it's the no kid left behind world now. So you know,
Yeah,
Okay, so how does this work? So okay, let's say you go 1-9. So basically, what is depending on, because how many teams is in a like a 5A, 4A or something, or I mean, how does that work if you 1-9? How do you still even get an opportunity to start being in the play?
because you got lower state and
uh,
upper state,
You
yeah,
got what?
that too.
lower state and upper state playoffs.
So the play, like, let's say, okay, say if you in Saluda, you would play like teams that's Columbia and those areas, and then
No,
if
no,
you
no, 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 no. We play
No,
teams. We
Saluta's
play
upper
teams.
state.
Yeah. We play teams like Greenville, Spartanburg, Duncan, South Carolina. Clinton. Anderson, teams like that.
Yeah,
okay,
with us, uh, in our region, you just got to win one region game to secure a spot in playoffs, and then the rest is just determining if you win another game. If you go undefeated, you got home field advantage. That's really how our playoffs go. But if you just win one region game, then you automatically in the playoffs.
so has there ever been a team that actually made a Cinderella run in high school?
Oh yeah,
So it's been a
yeah.
team that's been 1-9, 2-8 that's made
No,
it to the.
it's been a team that's been maybe won 5 games where the team they played was like won 9, 10 games. You know what I mean? But not recently, but it's happened before.
Gotcha. Hmm.
This year it was Dutch Fork. They started out 0-4, and then they finished the season out 6-5. I'm pretty sure. Then they just
Mhm.
won a state championship.
Yep, sure did. They sure did.
Hmm. Wow, I'm learning something new tonight. I've never even heard of this before. Like a team, especially a team not having a winning record. Because I remember like high school, I think you had to at least be either 5-5 or 6-4. I want to say you had to be 6-4 before we on back in the day, at least, to get
And,
into the.
and so with the upper state and lower state, then like if you upper state champions, you lower state champions, then you will meet in the state championship to see who gonna take the whole state.
Got you. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I can get that part. So they don't still do national. They don't still do national playoffs, do they? Or they still do that?
to the bigger high schools, man, like in Texas and Louisiana and California and places like that. Man,
Yeah.
listen, man, when I was out there in Carrollton, Texas, man, I asked my neighbor because his son played football. I said, man, how many kids go to your son's school? He told me 5,000
Mm.
at a high school. He said it was closer to 6,000.
Mm.
Texas got some big high schools, bro. Them high schools look like colleges.
Yeah, my high school was pretty big, even though we came from a small area because we had like 8 different cities go to one high school. Most places don't have that, but we had about 8 different cities went to one high school in Pinecrest. So like I mean I think my graduating class when I think we first was freshmen, I think we had like 700 people in my freshman class when we first came in. Of course by the time you become a senior, you only gonna have maybe have half of that graduate. But I think when we first came in it was like 700 of us. So imagine if a high school class is 700, but you do the whole school, you probably got maybe a couple of thousand people, 2 or 3 thousand people at the school. So
Like some of the schools down where Mr. Sanders live at, man. They have what? A graduating class of what 1,500,
Yes, sir.
2,000 people?
So they don't even call nobody name. They just tell everybody get up. Everybody say everybody stand up. And
Yeah, man.
you
Them
ain't know you ain't getting
them
called on that.
yeah, them graduations be about 3-4 hours long, bro. At least.
Yeah. But they not calling 1,500 people on that stage. I'm sorry. They not. They gonna make everybody stand up and say, "This the graduating class of 2020," and throw your hat. They ain't not calling everybody. They might call the people that's getting awards and stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But no way they calling 1,500 people on the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, so it's some pretty big high schools like down there where he at by Rock Hill, cause he
yeah.
he close to Rock Hill, South Carolina, just close to Charlotte. Then you got the other side, Charleston. They have big high schools down there, and they have big high schools up in Greenville and Spartanburg.
Is Independence still good?
Yeah, in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yes,
So it's the
yes,
dominant years.
yes,
You
yes, bro.
ever play
Man,
Independence?
listen, man. I think Independence, man. Listen, bro. I don't know where they find them kids at. All them kids can't be from Charlotte, bro.
You ever play Independence when you was in high school?
Huh?
Oh no, sir. I know one of their players. He a defensive end too. I met him at a camp.
Okay. As good as advertised?
Sir.
I said, was he as good as advertised?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, first of all, man, I appreciate you coming on. Shout out to all our affiliates, Village Global Network. Um, all our radio stations, radio, T Dub in radio, because all this is going to be on those radio stations. One on Mississippi, Atlanta, all the way from we everywhere from all the way up north, to all over the world. So 181 countries is going to hear this. It's probably in the next week. So
Yes, sir.
definitely,
Thank y'all for having me.
yeah. So definitely, people want to reach out to you. So that's definitely what we need to get from you is your info as far as let people know where they can find you and how they can get in contact with
Or either my Instagram or Twitter. My Instagram is 3.trap TRAPPP. And then
you.
my Twitter, aka X, is T11 Travis.
Got you, got you, got you, got you. Okay, Jacob, got anything else?
No, man. I want to thank you for coming on, man. And like I told you, I'll be in touch with you, in touch with you about getting you in school as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Not a problem.
All right, man. Well, y'all have a blessed night, and yeah. I just wish you all the best. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders. You are real respectful young men and man, and that's one thing that we need in this generation is in your generation is more respectable young men like yourself. So
Yes,
I
sir. Thank you.
tell you was raised right, good stuff, or whatever. And I just wish you all the best. And like Jacob said, we can do to help you out and help you get to that next level because you seem to be passionate and really want this opportunity to be able to get on that field. And that's all we are. That's what all of us ask for is just for opportunity. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
And opportunity is on you to make the best of it. So I wish you all the best. You have a good night. and a great week.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
I walked in the place, sat by the bar, all the drinks on me, don't go too far, sitting by the bartender,